He had arrived in Bogota in the fall of 1941 when the church spire in the Santander Plaza was the largest building in the city. He left immediately across the Paramos to the homeland of the Kamsa, the headwaters of the Putumayo River, the valley of Sibundoy, where he counted 1,600 individuals of one tree in the genus Brugmansia. The tree daturas contained powerful tropane alkaloids that induced a psychotic state of delirium, visions of hellfire, burning thirst, amnesia, and a sensation of flight. This is actually the origin of the witch and the broomstick on Halloween. You know how the hexing herbs of Europe, belladonna. That's why Mona Lisa had those great almond eyes, because it was atropine dilates the pupil, and it was a cosmetic. She couldn't see anything, but she looked great. And also, these drugs are topically active. Scopolamine are those patches used for seasickness. And so the actual broomstick was an applicator, because a very effective way for a woman to take the drugs is through the moist tissue of the genitalia. So that was the applicator. So her journey wasn't a literal journey through space, but a journey through the hallucinogenic landscape of her imagination. That's just something to lay on the PTA next October. And he found 4 new species of hallucinogens within a month, working with curanderos like Salvador Chindoy. He went over the mountains in the homeland of the Engano. They had a curious decoction they drank every day that caused your fingers to go numb. He suspected that it had caffeine in it, and indeed, Yoko did have caffeine, and in knocking back their morning calabash of Yoko, the Engano were taking in a single draft roughly the equivalent of 40 cups of coffee. They were not a people to do things in half measures. He continued down in the forest to the homeland of the Kofan, the greatest manipulators of medicinal, toxic, and hallucinogenic plants, arguably in the northwest Amazon. Even the deportment of the people is a conscious attempt to mimic the costume of the visionary beings they encounter when they take ayahuasca. And of course, his mission was to find the botanical source of the arrow poisons. At McGill in 1943, scientists had isolated D-tubocurarine, a powerful muscle relaxant that had revolutionized abdominal surgery, but the botanical source remained unknown. So Schultes was looking for the botanical source of these curious poisons, but he found himself in a complete world of ethnopharmacological wonder. These curious ichthyotoxins that yield rotenone, our most important biodegradable insecticide, placed into slow bodies of water. The toxin interferes with respiration in the gills of the fish. It's completely biodegradable. The fish float to the surface and can be readily harvested. And so he collected over 7 different species in this one village alone, used to create what the indigenous people call the flying death. And more importantly, he realized that he was now in a world of wonder where he no longer was the master, he was a student. And he never forgot that. And from the Kofan then, he began the first of his many epic river journeys that frankly dwarfed the achievements of Richard Bruce.